Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be doing the Seattle Seahawks. Fun to do a good team like this. Consensus was probably one of the best drafts out there. Almost every site I've seen them gave an A+ or an A. I think it's hard not to do with 2 first-round picks. Granted, the Lions did not receive all A's, but again, draft grades are useless. But that being said, the Seattle Seahawks, they started off with pick number 5. Everyone thought it was going to be Jalen Carter, but it was Illinois. Devin Witherspoon, corner out of Illinois. And a lot of people were like, how did they get this pick? Well, this is from the Russell Wilson trade. On paper, a lot of people thought the Seahawks were going to be in the top 5, but it would be their own pick, and their later pick, which ended up being pick 20, would be from the Broncos. However, that was the exact opposite. As we all know, the Broncos took a major step in the wrong direction after last year's Broncos country let's ride fiasco and Nathaniel Hackett failed experiment, plus a lot of injuries, which is why I'm kind of high on the Broncos. I'm doing it again, even though it was a few videos ago. But back to Seattle. They also had a lot of fun before the draft because their head coach, Pete Carroll, good guy, maybe a bit of a cheater in college, but, whatever, good guy. Really fun, obviously. He was tweeting a bunch of memes before the draft, like doing draft hints. Everyone was freaking out. Like, he tweeted the guy that got his hand bit off in Happy Gilmore. And it's like, what was it, bit off by? A Gator, Anthony Richardson, oh my God. Things like that, right? They ended up going with the corner out of Illinois. A bit of an undersized corner, which is interesting compared to the way they built the Legion of Boom. But then again, building the Legion of Boom is getting a lot of really elite corners. And Witherspoon fits in perfectly. I mean, he is a super physical guy, super physical back, gets in your face, hits you while being a bit smaller with his lighter frame. He does not show it at all. Like, he will lay you out. He has no problem, getting cuts, not cuts, but scuffing his helmet, right? Like when you always see like a good running back or a fullback, they'll have a bunch of cuts and, not cuts, but again, paint smudges and whatever all over their helmet. That'll be him, and he's playing corner. Tariq Woolen, obviously really good player last year, massive wingspan, so maybe putting a smaller guy next to him to be a bit more speedy. This could be the guy that could follow around guys like Cooper Kupp, a bit more slot guys you got to worry about in this division. Then speaking of slot guys, they added one themselves with Jackson Smith and Jigba, receiver at Ohio State. Again, I'm a Michigan fan. This was an unbelievable pick. JSN, absolute dog. He's really good. He had a bad year last year because he was injured the whole year with the hamstring. Some people claim that he was opting out. I disagree, kind of. Hamstrings are tough to come back with. There's no reason to come back, right? Ohio State was doing okay without you. You didn't want to play against these super physical teams and get hurt. Maybe you would have came back for the college football playoff, but at that point, it was like, look, if I'm not coming back at 100%, I could hurt my draft stock more by coming back and being kind of hurt than a team just looking at my old tape from my last 2 years where I was the best receiver in a room full of first-round picks, and they all say the same thing. So I understand absolutely why he didn't come back, but he adds a really good threat to this offense. Obviously, Tyler Lockett's really getting up there in age. DK Metcalf is turning into a bona fide stud. They really kind of needed a third receiver last year. Marquise Goodwin actually did a really good job as the third receiver. I would love taking his props over or even having him on super deep fantasy teams. He was always good for a long touchdown. But JSN's going to get a lot of catches, takes him away from Tyler Lockett. But JSN definitely going to be high up on that rookies you must draft for fantasy video coming out soon. And by soon, I mean after this whole series here, which we're getting down to the end here, which is very cool. Then in the second round, pick 37, they went with Derek Hall, edge out of Auburn, offensive edge out of Auburn, outside linebacker, whatever you want to call it. I'm not as high as him as a lot of people were, but going this high, he looks like a really good football player, big body, good frame. But the Seahawks, they have no problem taking guys that you don't like. Historically, obviously, they had that one draft with Russell Wilson where it was like they got an F- and all their guys ended up being Hall of Famers. They then added to a very elite running back room that they lost, I believe, 2 guys. I don't know if DJ Dallas left, but they definitely lost Rashad Penny. They added Zach Charbonnet, running back out of UCLA by way of Michigan. Transferred from Michigan, went to UCLA, absolutely tore it up. When you think of UCLA, you think of obviously passing the ball, Chip Kelly, like air raid-ish type thing. That was not the case last year. as much. Zach Charbonnet was able to run the ball a ton, and it really opened up their offense. He'll probably look to do the same with another Michigan transfer, Michigan State this time, Kenneth Walker. And then, what's better than adding a lineman to help him run behind? They have two really good young tackles, Charles Cross and the other guy that I always forget. I need to learn his name, damn it. But they added Anthony Bradford, guard out of LSU. They also shored up the rest of the interior line with Olu Olutemi out of Michigan, the transfer via Virginia. He was the Remington Award winner, I believe, 2 seasons ago, and came into the Michigan offensive line and picked up right where the really good guys left off. Adding to that defensive line, they have Cameron Young, defensive tackle out of Mississippi State, hopefully getting some of that Fletcher Cox magic. Even Chandler Jones in the 4th round. Big body there. And they added to him with another defensive lineman. This one more of a defensive end than an outside linebacker edge type, more of a defensive end. Mike Morris out of Michigan, real good player. Kind of slipped out of draft boards. People kind of thought you could get him in the 2nd round. Ended up, getting mocked like the 6th round. I don't know really what happened there, if he had bad testing numbers or something. But as a Michigan fan, kid's unbelievable. Great passion, great effort. And we've had a lot of really good edge players over the last few years, so I'm surprised he went so low. And then they had Jarek Reed, the 2nd safety from New Mexico, late in the 6th round, pick 198. And then they finished it off in the 7th round, pick 237, with Kenny McIntosh out of Georgia, another running back. He can catch passes, probably best out of the group, him and Kenneth Walker. But, with a guy like, no disrespect, of course, a guy like Geno Smith, he needs some check down options. So getting him shorter yardage guys than Jackson Smith and Jigba and Kenny McIntosh, that really helps out. So overall, great draft from Seattle. 2 first-round picks obviously makes it a lot easier when it's like, whoa, you added 2 really good Big Ten guys, Witherspoon and Jigba. Wow. And then you add some fun skill guys like Zach Charbonnet and Kenny McIntosh. And then me, as a Michigan fan, adding in Olu and Mike Morris, that's fun for me. So all of those guys I just mentioned are all in the highlights, along with Zach Charbonnet and Kenny McIntosh. So the 2 running backs, your 2 first-round picks, and your 2 Michigan men. So those are your 6-pack of highlights. Kick back and grab a 6-pack, relax, and watch a little bit longer of a highlight video section. But, the longer the highlight video, the more good players I like, or the better the players were in college. A bit of both here. And, have a great time here. Like and subscribe. Let me know down below if you think the Seahawks will be back. Big game week 2 against the Lions. The Lions obviously will be playing the Chiefs to open the season, and then have a long week against Seattle at home. Revenge from last year where they also played at home, and one of the best games of the year actually was a 38-35 barn burner. So, Seahawks. I don't know their hashtag, but it might be just the 12th man. But let me know why you're the 12th man down below. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Here he is going to the air, taking a bit of a shot, but it's intercepted. Illinois picks it off. It's Devin Witherspoon. And Witherspoon still on his feet and down near the 20-yard line.
That's what Brett's saying. That's not reviewable.
Oh, doctor.
First pass that was a shellacking of Sean Shivers. Empty backfield.
This is
with time.
5 receivers, Tim. That'll be a penalty. Should have been.
Another contact prior. A nice debate about that. Avoided the entire play is what we're being told. Bazelak underneath, almost intercepted. Might have been intercepted. It might have been intercepted by...
No, they call it incomplete.
Armstrong incomplete. Target was Wicks. He's trying to hit his top receiver a couple of times to no success. All Big Ten player a season ago ran off with the sack. Armstrong, pressure caused with just a 3-man rush, and Armstrong gets about 5, maybe 6. Devin Witherspoon with a stop. And Armstrong happy to oblige. Pressured again, incomplete. He has thrown 8 passes in the direction of Dontavian Wicks. Loss for Illinois. Wolfhook. Up for grabs in the end zone. Incomplete. Witherspoon closed on it late.
Running. Petrus. Incomplete. And Callie McManus over the middle. Incomplete. Back across the middle of the Grant, but a great tackle. Man, Witherspoon, physical. It's Berger again, right side, nothing. Johnny Newton. It's Reed. And Reed shoved out of bounds.
Just to chat with him, he's a little bit more animated on the field. Look at this man off, right? Plays the hips.
Purdue on the road. Really trying to keep all those aspirations alive. O'Connell finds McAfee. Big hit. Witherspoon laid the lumber, and that'll bring up 3rd and long.
Well, this kid is going to play on Sundays.
Can the Illini give their offense another chance? O'Connell finds the tight end, Durham. He's wrapped up, churning the legs forward. Going to be just shy. Got to punt it.
Much of a decision. I think you have to punt this football. You've got a 7-point lead, and your defense has played tremendous here all afternoon.
Javier Dunlap, the running back now after the play fake. McCarthy fires and it's incomplete. They want a flag on the Michigan sideline. Devin Witherspoon. Roll out by McCarthy, and it's broken up by Witherspoon again, showing his tremendous talent. He batted it away.
Sean, I just get the sense as we look at C.J. Stokes on the first play of this possession.
And then he got blasted by Devin Witherspoon.
He's a physical kid.
The leading receiver at tight end, dressed but hasn't been involved. Witherspoon again with a big play.
It's this time. One time before, the motion went and it took him out of there and they ran to the perimeter. This time.
Freeman with 1 second on the play clock. Over the middle for Hull, and it's intercepted. Devin Witherspoon, room to run, past Freeman. Again. And finally tripped up by Ethan Wiedeker. The down and distance doesn't matter much. Freeman heaves in the direction of Marshall Lang, the tight end. It's intercepted in the end zone by Devin Witherspoon. That's his second pick of the day. Washington immediately reached by Devin Witherspoon with help from the true freshman Gabe Akis.
First down and goal at the 5. Fields rolls out, throws it, incomplete. Smith in Jigba, the intended receiver.
In the class, a 5-star player. And you look as he's trying to get that, well, control.
He may have gotten that foot in.
Goodness. That looks like a catch and a touchdown.
They ruled it incomplete, but that was clearly a touchdown.
No doubt about it.
Upset Justin Fields, but 2nd down and 11. And Fields able to complete it to Smith and Jigba.
Fields face, and Ohio State's having a hard time blocking.
A loss of 2. Fields off his back foot. He finds his receiver. This time it's in Jigba. 2nd down and 8. Play fake. Stroud drops it off in the flats. That's Jackson Smith in Jigba. Travion Henderson in the backfield. And they'll throw it underneath. Nice throw, nice catch. Smith and Jigba on the move. And Jackson's.
Empty backfield. Penn State doesn't get near CJ. He gets the ball out. Hard hit delivered. Penn State defense. They're known for this. Buckeyes need 9 on 3rd down. Crossing route. Completion to Smith in Jigba. 3-man rush. Stroud should have plenty of time. Does he have someone to throw to? Late. Throws it low again. Stroud delivers short. And Smith and Jigba breaks free. Breaks the tackle. It's a foot race. And they finally run him down near the 15-yard line. Check down short. And Smith and Jigba wrestled down by Daquan Hardy.
Stroud to throw it on 3rd and 4 off his back foot over the middle, caught by Smith and Jigba, and a first down. Stroud looking, delivers, and it's caught by Smith and Jigba. Play fake. Stroud steps up in the pocket, throws, and caught by Smith and Jigba once again. This Smith and Jigba, the deep man. He'll backpedal and catch it over his shoulder at the 20. Turns it up, looking for a crease, and goes out of bounds. Stroud drops back, sets, delivers. Smith and Jigba, nice hesitation move.
And missed to those runs. This defense has got to maintain their proximity.
C.J. Stroud to Smith and Jigba, great move, gets down the sideline, and a burst. Smith and Jigba. Touchdown Buckeyes! 2nd down and 15. Play fake. Stroud shuffling underneath. And caught. Teagan now for Henderson. Stroud over the middle. And a catch by Smith and Jigba.
Release is ridiculous, and yet the ball still jumps out of his hand.
JSN coming around, and he finds space. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Restrictions.
Smith and Jigba gets a couple blocks, makes a cut, and is knocked down.
They've gone to another level at that receiver room.
Stroud, Smith and Jigba. It starts with the quarterback. When you know that you've got a quarterback who's would have to win at Boston College next week to win the division. Buckeyes right back at it here. Smith and Jigba makes a cut. And
had some injuries. He's also seen a true freshman go right by him.
Stroud rolling, stretches the play, and flips it back to the end zone.
2nd and 8 at the 24. Stroud with time and throws over the middle, and it's caught. Stroud sideline caught. Jackson Smith and Jigba makes a first man miss. Smith and Jigba lines up in the slot. He's dangerous there. Stroud underneath. Smith and Jigba first down and more.
And Jigba is going to be at the bottom of your screen right there.
Stroud. And he'll hit Njigba for a first down at the 35. Stroud again to throw it. Looking with time over the middle. Caught. Jackson Smith and Jigba again. Stroud over the middle. And another completion. Here's Stroud. Looking. And caught by Smith and Jigba. First down.
Ready to get off the field.
3rd down and 19. Here they come. C.J. Stroud bouncing around. Stroud delivers to the sideline. And caught by Smith and Jigba. What a catch.
Stroud keeps himself alive. Watch this. He's not even close to open. This is just absolute trust.
Travion Henderson in the backfield. Stroud over the middle. Smith and Jigba with the catch. And Smith and Jigba with the first down. Stroud over the middle. Caught in Jigba. And he's short of the first down.
Check it down. And Smith and Jigba, who's so effective at turning short passes into long gains.
Smith and Jigba quite a bit today.
Smith and Jigba another catch. And
5'8", 225. He looks thicker than that to me.
First down throw. Smith and Jigba's open. And again, Stroud drops it in. Stiff arm all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Like that, it didn't appear to be vicious, but he's done for the game. Stroud, touchdowns in his last 2 completions. Can he make it 3 in a row? Smith and Jigba, touchdown. Clock winding down. Stroud from the pocket, crossing route, catch made. Smith and Jigba, stiff arm, and it's
You had no timeouts left.
Need about 25 yards to get in the range that Ruggles was showing in the warm-up. Throw underneath field to the right of Stroud. CJ fires across the middle. It's Smith and Jigba again. weaving his way. They finally truck him at the 20-yard line.
Got him that first down, Chris.
Smith-Njigba circles back. They get him the ball behind the line of scrimmage. And Smith-Njigba adding to his Rose Bowl record for receiving yards. After the timeout, first down from midfield. Stroud on the move, flips it across. And Smith-Njigba answers and adds to a record-setting day. To pop back in.
Yeah,
to be
good to see Fleming back.
Mack made the catch, and Stroud on second down. Here's a slant. Smith-Njigba still alive. Stiff arm, and a record-breaking afternoon gets even more impressive. The formation.
It's like they're trying to create space over the middle.
Four-man rush. Stroud has time. Delivers. Smith-Njigba. Who else? First down at the 30. Is now the tailback. Stroud launching for the end zone. Jump ball. Touchdown, Smith-Njigba. Are you kidding me? Oh, my. And the gritty dance punctuates it. What a monster game. You can watch this sport forever. You won't see many better games by a wide receiver than this one.
Dude, it's about trying to score and work a little clock.
Stroud, Smith-Njigba. Sidesteps a tackler who wrestled down at midfield. Stroud has plenty of time. And fires. Smith-Njigba makes the catch. Knocked out at the 12.
Stand at any university of all time.
Keeping it on the ground with Charbonnet, breaks a couple of tackles and picks up the first down.
Second and 22. Charbonnet keeps going. Charbonnet.
That's intentional. That one definitely not. But right here, DTR says, hey, I'm a great teammate. I'm going to fit up here in Christian Young. And then you just...
And Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who is out there. And Zach Charbonnet.
This offensive line had some trouble last week against Oregon. Not so...
Another fourth down. He may get it again here. Charbonnet. Still going.
The lateral agility for kind of like Arian Foster. Remember Arian Foster with the Houston Texans? He's got a little bit of that, but he's skiing down.
Steve Mariucci, one of the best guys on earth, was the offensive coordinator, and Charbonnet.
9, and he's got the ball. Charbonnet, big hole. First down. Charbonnet. Third and goal. Charbonnet carries DTR with him.
Little follow the leader into the end zone. Hard ball run.
It's a run for Charbonnet. Thompson-Robinson ahead. And Charbonnet changing
the ball. They've done that, but they find themselves trailing. And there goes Charbonnet. Really good with a quality, and I do mean...
The inside handoff, slashing through. Zach Charbonnet cuts it back. Stutter step move in the open field.
One man to beat in the hole is Mac Jr. The offensive line does a great job. Again, Charbonnet makes a man miss in the open field. Runs to...
Play action. They'll set up the screen. Charbonnet waiting for the convoy. Makes a man miss.
UCLA looking to go up 2 scores, and Zach Charbonnet, a big hole, bounces it to the outside. Charbonnet, stutter step, he's in, touchdown.
Big time score by the Bruins offense. Look at that hole in the middle. My goodness, you can run through that, Roxy.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I would give it to you. Your birthday guy, so.
Let's see, does he go to Bobo? No, Charbonnet runs out of the backfield. Well-designed play. And Charbonnet with the explosive future
for their quarterback. They bring Cam Brown over. It's man-to-man coverage. They lose Charbonnet. That's an easy one from the fifth-year senior.
That have coming in. These guys have played a lot of football in their time. Nice.
Zach Charbonnet dragging tacklers inside the 10.
On in 21 of the 26. Petrus in trouble, and he's sacked again. This time it's Mike Morris.
Horn in trouble and taken down. Back of the 27-yard line, Mike Morris.
Millen, ball comes loose, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. No, it's not whistled dead. It's still alive. Turner is going to waltz into the end zone for a touchdown.
The ruling
on the field is a fumble.
2. Petrus in trouble, and Petrus sacked again. Second sack of the day for Mike Morris. 2nd down and 10. Empty backfield for Bazelak. And Bazelak is sacked in the backfield.
Wimsett, pocket collapses. Down he goes. Mike Morris.
Pocket collapsing on the edges, and down goes Yellen. Mike Morris with the sack.
Petrus. And hit as he throws again. Incomplete. Mike Morris. Terps at home against Michigan State next week. Wolverines will travel to Iowa City at their own 34. Singleton the setback. And they'll give it to him. Looking for the first down. Gets outside. No! Ridden down Mike Morris. Here's a pass. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. He put it on the money. Tagovailoa down. And he's in pain.
You did there. Coming in like a flood. A tidal wave of defense for the sack on Clay Millen. Mike Morris.
Wimsett hit as he throws, and another interception. And guess who? It's Barrett again. And this time, Barrett takes it in for the score.
And that one's blocked. Michigan gets a finger.
Because of that loss of 5, it's 3rd and 7. Michigan gets pressure. He's in trouble. And down goes Gavin Wimsett.
39. That's 2 weeks ago, rather. In the rain. Clifford. And Clifford rolls out.
The season starts in earnest. McIntosh bounces off a hit. McIntosh inside the 35. The handoff to the motion man. McIntosh scores. Oregon head coaching job in December. Here comes pressure. Bennett. Still plenty of time to get it off. McIntosh inside the 5.
Will bring stability and consistency there that they maybe haven't had for a while.
McIntosh again, just another wide open receiver with all.
At Samford's 41, this is still a little toss ahead to McIntosh, and he's got space in front, and he's tripped up down. And this week here, Stetson Bennett dumps it off to McIntosh, breaking a tackle, first down.
And they're at the South Carolina 43 to start this one. Kenny McIntosh.
On Stetson Bennett on that last play. Now it's Kenny McIntosh, and McIntosh gets solution. Bennett now will dump it to McIntosh, and he's so good at this, but a nice shot.
And now McIntosh on the swing. And he's got another Georgia first down. He might come again. There he is. Meanwhile, they run it right past him. Kenny McIntosh in the open field. Swerves is around all night and taking hits. Again to the ground game. That's a first down run and more. Kenny McIntosh finally gets corralled at the field. They may hand it off to him. Nope, they pitch it. Running to his left and to the goal line. Kenny
McIntosh going to the top of your screen. That's where Bennett will throw it. McIntosh makes a move. Touchdown, Georgia. McIntosh takes it straight up the gut, and another touch.
Key in motion for Georgia. McIntosh on the carry, trying to make up for the fumble, and runs out for 12. They'll run it again to the left side. McIntosh broke another tackle, a stiff arm, and he goes for about
2 drives, 2 turnovers for Georgia.
One of them was a fumble by this guy, McIntosh, and he blasts his way for another 11 yards. And he'll get the carry. And he'll get the touchdown. Receivers to the bottom. Bowers is the other way. McIntosh runs behind Bowers. First down and then some. Back to the ground. McIntosh. Little move in the hole, and he's still moving.